Hey, what's up, guys? It's Unbound Brian, and I'm with my buddy Solomon here.
Hey.
We haven't seen each other in, what, forever?
10 years?
10
no,
years?
That's got to be more than 10 years. This has to be
Yeah.
like 15 almost.
Yeah, we're old now.
yeah. Think you were still in middle school?
Yeah! Now I'm a grown-ass man. What the hell happened?
There you go.
Oh, man. So we're gonna go see Captain Marvel. You know, we're gonna get into some mischief, some trouble. You know, the usual stuff.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Hopefully, maybe it's good. Hopefully
Maybe
it's good.
I'll keep my fingers crossed.
I only want it to be good so Avengers can be good.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
it's a setup for Avengers. That's the only reason why I'm hoping it's good.
Yeah. Plus, this movie's got a crap ton of controversy surrounding it.
Does it?
Yeah.
I had heard something about Brie saying that she only wanted a female.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah, and I was just like,
I just rolled my eyes at that. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't care.
I can understand it, but I mean, how many actual female reporters are there that's going to be reviewing the movie?
Right.
So I mean, just like,
I'm indifferent towards it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not mad that she said it. I just don't. You know what I mean? I'm like,
yeah, I'm just like, I don't understand why she said it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, because I guess she's acting like she's the only person who's our only female that has a movie out right now.
I was like, well, you stuck
more.
to Gal Gadot first.
Yeah. I'm just like, Captain Marvel isn't a good person or a good character.
Yeah.
And they only needed it for a plot line.
All right, guys. We are going to see you guys when we get to the theater. So here comes some movie magic. What's up, guys? Now we're back at the theater. So, how was the ride? Was long. It was arduous.
A lot of back roads. I think there's people chasing after me out there. There's a few banjos playing. So,
yeah, I live in a small town. I tried to tell him it's not to worry. You know, if they want him, they're gonna kill me too. So, you know, it's all fair.
Just kill everybody. Just start setting people on fire.
That's my favorite thing to do. I mean, how did they? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, guys, so we made it to the theater. All is well. We're a little early for the movie, but I'm excited. Solomon's, you know, he's over here like, you know, worried it's gonna be awful.
I'm kind of hoping it is, but I'm kind of hoping it isn't. We'll see.
So it's a battle here almost. Like he's hoping it's gonna be awful. I'm hoping it's gonna be okay. We'll see. We'll see who wins in the end.
We'll see who wins. It's
all right. Next time you guys see us, we will be back at my place, and we will have watched the movie, so see you on the flip side! And hey, look at that, guys. We are now back from the movie theater, and me and Solomon are going to let you guys know what we thought of the movie, so I think we should start with the 1 to 10 rating.
1 to 10 rating? I'll give it about a 6. I am kind of basing it off of the other Marvel movies that have come out. I'm not gonna say it's the best. I actually would say it's kind of one of the weaker ones in my opinion.
I'm actually have the opposite opinion. I give it an 8, and I feel like it was actually one of the I want to give it like the mid-tier Marvel movies. To me it's not that weak, but I don't think it's also that strong either. But to be honest with you guys, I feel like Wonder Woman did it better.
I understand that you're trying to you want to compare it to Wonder Woman, but I would
because
say
like Marvel versus DC, yeah.
But it's kind of a standalone by itself.
It's a very different. It's a completely different beast. Like
it doesn't have a love story.
Yeah, like
there's no love story in it. They stay kind of just trying to tell the story of Captain Marvel. Yeah. They do tie it in nicely with the rest of the Marvel Cinema Universe movies. I don't know why I just said the full name, but it's alright. I do think that Brie Larson did an excellent job, but a lot of the time, all I could think back was
yeah, that's another thing. I was like thinking like Brie Larson's performance actually isn't even like anything that I have an issue with this movie at all. Like her performance is good. Like she plays the character well. In fact, I think she gives the character way more depth than she has in the comic books because
definitely,
because Carol Danvers has always come off to me as a stick in the mud, like the
very much so.
I've described this in my last video. You guys probably will remember this, but I describe her as kind of the soldier type superhero, very much of a stick in the mud. Her and Captain America kind of share this kind of role. And this version of her gave her a sense of humor, which I felt brings a much more human element to her from her comic book counterpart.
And it gives her emotions without making it seem like, oh, she's a female and she has emotions, and more deals with like
because it's a human thing, not
it's
a
human thing, not a gender thing. Yeah. And I'm glad that they took that approach with it, because it did give her it gave her emotions without making her over emotional.
Yeah, that was something I kind of like thought about might happen. Because that was a critique of Wonder Woman, is that she came off as too emotional. But this is also another thing, like you were saying, I probably shouldn't compare the two, because these two stories, the only thing they have in common really is that the part of their story is woman strong. You know what I mean? If we put it simple, like Wonder Woman was war bad, woman strong. This movie seems to say woman strong, and that's kind of it.
And it's just showing. Actually, in my opinion, I think it just shows that humans have humanity.
Yeah.
And
actually, that was her strength.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, potential spoilers. Potential. I'm gonna say potential because this isn't exactly a key plot point, but there is a reason. Like, her humanity is actually a part in the story that really makes that allows her to overcome the adversary that she's up against. And that's human side. Like, it's almost a separate entity from her powers, almost. Like, they are connected, but it seems like it's almost like, I was strong before I got powers. You know what I mean? And I like that story.
It's true. Yeah, that's true. And I appreciate the fact that they stuck with period stuff from the movie. There was a lot of stuff that because the movie is set in the 90s, and so they really
good memories.
Right. So everything, there are a lot of callbacks to stuff from the 90s that if you were around for those times, that you're like, oh, yep, that was something that we had to deal with then.
So sorry for you guys, Gen Z. You're just gonna be confused halfway through. Just kidding. The rest of us old folks are gonna be like, hey!
You're gonna get a lot of people chuckling at stuff that you're gonna be like, I don't know why they're laughing at that. But those of us that had to deal with those things in the 90s.
And admittedly, guys, I was making jokes through the whole movie. Poor Solomon's over here like, I just want to watch this damn movie. And this clown over here just has to make a joke.
I can multitask. So
there you go. There is a scene where she, like, destroys a cardboard person from a movie. Now, I have no idea. I don't remember what that movie is for that poster thing that she blows up. But I look at Solomon and I go, it wasn't that great a movie anyway, so I don't blame her.
It happened too quick. I couldn't see which movie it was.
I don't know either. Some dude in a suit like this.
I think I know what it is, and I won't.
I don't remember it at all. So I was just sitting there like, it wasn't that great a movie anyway.
But there was a point where I was just like, man, all I could see was her character Envy from Scott Pilgrim. And I was just like, where's Scott Pilgrim? He's gonna show up at any moment.
Right.
He's beat up Captain America, Superman, and he was dating Captain Marvel. So I mean, maybe he's sure gonna show up sometime.
Man, that would have been awesome if they just. I can't even remember that actor's name, but. Oh man, if I could.
I keep on saying John Cena. Michael Cera.
Michael Cera. That would be hilarious if he showed up in this movie just as a cameo. I'd have laughed.
Right.
Now, there was a little bit of sadness in this movie, not because of something that actually happens in the movie, but for us Marvel fans, outside of it. If you guys don't know, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've probably heard that Stan Lee passed away last year, and the way they did an homage to him really early on in the movie, which was very much it was a very kind of like it kind of stung a little bit to see that little bit. It was like, oh.
But it's still nice that they are still acknowledging him.
And there's a cameo in there, so you should watch when you watch.
Spoilers.
Well, I mean, I guess
not as much of a spoiler.
Now, after Endgame, if you see a cameo, then spoilers. But
no, because he's probably still going to do Homecoming or not Homecoming.
That's true.
Homecoming.
Yeah, whatever they call
it.
Far from Home.
Far from Home.
That's right.
I knew it had home in it somewhere.
Yeah,
Home Alone.
Spider-Man Home Alone. That's the third one.
Right.
How will Spider-Man fight off all these two house robbers.
Joe Pesci and
right.
Right.
Oh man.
What's another good point?
There's a lot of political undertones under this movie too. Like, and if you pay attention to politics, you'll catch it. I think I caught it way before you did.
And I was just thinking about it, but a lot of the Marvel universe stuff has been political. I mean, especially dealing with like the Genova Accord.
Yeah.
But Marvel has always been an entity that has taken some type of political stance, or at least try to show different political views through their works, like X-Men, the Mutants, Plague, with that kind of was I don't want to say a play on it. It was kind of showing the epidemic of like AIDS and whatnot, of how people were treating people.
I think the X-Men was more of an homage to racism. I think so.
It was both. It was both.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if you actually go and research some of that stuff, that's part of it's racism. Part of it was.
I remember. Well, I mean, I do know that X-Men was part of that because Professor X and Magneto are based off of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. So, and actually, Stan Lee actually says that in one of his interviews. I think you can find that on YouTube for free to watch too. So, you guys should check that out.
You can always know where to find it. You can always find it online.
Google.
Just Google it.
The might of Google compels you. But, like, I don't know, but you're right, Marvel, and the reason why, and it harkens that back to Stan Lee, actually, because Stan Lee's always said that he's tried to make Marvel very much kind of like a fun house mirror of the real world. So, you're going to see superheroes who have real world problems, and it's actually, to harken back to this movie, we actually see that. You know what I mean? Like, people get amnesia and things like that. That's a real world problem. I mean... Stop me when I lie.
I mean, not often, but yeah.
Not often, right? But it is.
But people do find themselves placed in a new land or place, and they have to figure out how to deal with those people.
Yeah,
and
with this new situation.
Right. Try to, integrate themselves into that new situation with, little to no help.
Yeah. We've also seen, like, in this movie, we saw like kind of a how far we've come kind of thing a little bit, because we got to see how women were treated back in the 80s and 90s, and it's a very different beast to how they're treated now. And but of course you and I grew up with moms telling us hey, you be respectful to ladies. Not saying that I've always have a good track record of that. Working on it though. I try to, politically speaking, I'm very even with everybody. I'm like, yeah, I think if you bleed red, that's good enough for me. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty much how it goes there. But it's, but yeah, like, we've all got room to improve.
But if someone does bleed red, treat them right.
No, if you bleed blue, I hate you. There's some dude right out there somewhere with some, random disease where he bleeds blue, and he's all like, hey! To bleep that out.
Right. The graphics of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. There's usually some little flaws, or like in the end of Avengers Infinity War, the Hulkbuster. What's his face in the Hulkbuster? It was just, it's like, you guys could have did better, but I didn't really catch any moments like that in this movie.
Not at all. It was very pretty.
I didn't think the 3D was. There was a few moments where the 3D was really good.
Yeah.
But that made the movie better, but I don't think it actually necessarily.
I also got to say that I got to give Marvel credit that the way they did the shape-shifting was really good, because, like, it didn't have, it wasn't like a copy of Mystique from the X-Men. It wasn't like, something I would do in, like, a, Windows Movie Maker, where I would, just cut a screen together and do, like, a fade into to shift to something, but it was very much like a They did the shape shifting very well.
Yeah, and since some of them was shifting on the fly, it was even more impressive because you could actually tell that they took the time to make sure that they got everything correct and that it looked right and that they just weren't slapping something in front of you.
And I also liked that like you could believe that these aliens, like, they really were like shaped the way they were, like the ears and the chin that all the Skrulls have. It doesn't come off as, you know, oh, this is a mask.
Right.
I mean, it very much,
Was,
and it comes off like it's, oh, this is my actual chin. These are my actual ears. You know what I mean? Or my actual fangs. You know, they don't come off as fake, which is actually hard to do because, like, I've seen vampire movies where those fangs come out and I go, plastic bullshit.
Right.
So, I mean, kudos to Marvel. I mean, like I said, I liked it more than Solomon did, but, you know, I'm biased towards superhero movies, so, you know, I
love superhero movies, but it was just some points where it just moved too slow.
Yeah, it was a little like...
There were some parts that were just very unnecessary. And unfortunately, I can't really say which parts without spoiling the movies.
Yeah.
Some of them, it was just like...
And, like, I don't know, I felt like Nick Fury didn't really need to be there at all. Like, I felt like he was just kind of like, he was the straight man to the comedian, so to speak. Like, he was just there to make her funnier.
Well, it would have... spoil anything, but it kind of, he was necessary to be there, because in the future to be able to get to where they were and where they need to be for Endgame, it was necessary for him to be there.
But it was like, you know what I mean, but like he didn't really, outside of him just being there, he didn't, like, you know, and I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Nick Fury should have put up more of a fight than he did. Like there's a scene where he's fighting a Skrull. I'm not going to say which one, but Nick gets his butt kicked. Now, that's not particularly story relevant, so I can tell you this. But he gets, I mean, but it's just to show you how much more powerful the Skrulls are compared to normal people. Like, they're clearly stronger than us. And Nick Fury is, you guys gotta know, Nick Fury is a badass. Like, we're talking, this dude's trained in multiple martial arts. He's an excellent marksman.
But he's not that type of badass. He's that badass that if you hand him a cell phone or computer, he's gonna get stuff done. He's the man behind the plan. I don't think he's the man that's implementing the plan or kicking the butt.
Yeah.
I don't think his strength has ever really been in the front line. It's always that the captain,
he's the brain of the operation. Yeah, the brain of the operations. His guy. Yeah, Nick
he's
Fury's
the Professor X.
Yeah. His role is more of a support role, but still, this guy's not a pushover as a fighter. So that's why I felt like he should have put up more of a fight against the Skrull. But that's just my opinion.
He did.
Yeah, he did get a few licks in. They just didn't do as much damage as I thought they should have done. Like, I thought the fight should have been more fair, but then again, I don't really know if the Skrulls in the comic books are actually stronger than us, like, without copying somebody's powers or not. So, I mean...
Well, they would have to be able to keep up a fight with the Kree.
Yeah, I guess so, because the Kree are, like... Yeah. I know they're stronger than we are. I think in the comic books, aren't the Kree, like, aren't most of them like Captain Marvel? Aren't they all, like, superpowered beings?
No, not in the comic books, because Captain Marvel is actually superpowered.
Okay, so he's superpowered even among his people.
Right.
Okay, cool. Good to know. That I didn't know. I mean, look, there's so many cool Marvel characters. How am I going to know them all?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah. And I've only known because... I don't like Captain Marvel.
Right.
I don't like Captain Marvel. But to come to that conclusion, I've actually had to, like, I'm not just going to come out straight and say, I don't like somebody without actually having them, you know.
No reason behind it.
Right,
yeah.
No reason behind it, you know. I do, like you brought up before, she's a stick in the mud.
Yeah.
She's
like Hal Jordan for DC, kind of.
She's that chaotic good that everything has to be by the book. think that's why when it comes to like Civil War II,
excuse me,
when it's her against Captain America,
yeah,
that's
yeah. I don't know. It's like I didn't really read a whole lot into Civil War II, but I'm pretty sure Captain America was on her side in Civil War II, wasn't he?
It's them too. It's
Captain America versus Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not a fair fight at all, realistically speaking. I feel like he would just be like, "I have my shield," and she'd be like, "Oh, that's cute, mine," right. And he'd be like, "That was my frisbee. How dare you?"
And it's not even really like it's kind of like they have a clashing of ideologies,
yeah, it's more
than a clashing of actual physical clash.
Yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying, though. Like, realistically, I feel like Captain America can't.
He could hold
yeah, he would just get tossed around like a rag doll. It'd look like Loki and the Hulk all over again. Right. The only difference would be it'd be like you'd see this 6 foot plus tall guy who's massive, and you'd see this like 5 whatever lady, however tall she is, and she'd just be sitting there like, be even more funny.
Right.
But yeah, I gotta say, I guess we should get to closing statements. Because this video is already gonna be like over 20 minutes long.
Don't make it that long. You cut out what you need to cut out.
I say that this movie's a great movie I think it's a good movie. I think you should give it a shot. It's definitely got a clear message of, you know, that women are strong and equal. And I like that message, so I say go see it. It's definitely worth the watch. I mean, there's a few funny parts in it too. It's got a just some ridiculous parts in it, like it was the Flagon. When you guys watch the movie and find out what that is, that's hilarious. Now I know why he doesn't tell anybody his problem. Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Right.
I'd be like, nope, not gonna tell a damn soul.
Keep that to myself.
Shit. I would lie my ass off.
There's only one other person that knows that story.
And I'd be looking at her like, you better shut up, or I'm gonna make you match. Look here, lady, I don't care if you could shoot laser beams at your ass.
Right. In my opinion, I do say go see it. I might rate it a 6, but I have some not personal, I'm not going to call it personal. I have a general dislike of Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I do think it's a great story. I think if you've been following all of the Marvel movies, that you definitely want to go see this one. It helps further that story. It got me a little bit more hyped for Endgame, because you know there's going to be some smackdowns in there that's going to be just epic.
Oh, I'm so ready for Thanos to get a fucking busted nose. I've never wanted to hurt a supervillain in a story like ever. Then they killed Spider-Man, and I was like, oh hell no.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna be like, that's
over and over.
That's it. Let me at him. I don't care if I got superpowers. I got this.
I've never had an attachment to any of the Avengers. So
yeah,
it's just like
Spider-Man's my close hero there for Marvel. So yeah, I'm ready for Endgame. I'm hoping Captain Marvel will, you know, she seems to be like one of the more powerful heroes. So I'm hoping that she gives him a
I don't think anybody's power has come close to hers. Well, I guess Scarlet Witch and maybe a bit comes close to her, but I think even Captain Marvel.
Yeah, we're talking MCU. The closest I think is Thor, but that's just because, you know.
I think Scarlet Witch could take Marvel, or take Thor.
In the MCU or in the comic book?
I'm talking about in the MCU
okay,
alone.
I don't know, man.
I think Scarlet Witch could take them.
I mean, behind Thor, I'd put Vision, so I guess maybe.
But she can take Vision.
Exactly. So, I mean, so behind Thor's Vision, and she took him. I mean, maybe you might be right. I don't know. But I would say, like, you know, they're definitely there's some powerhouses in this MCU.
But I think she's gonna be the one.
She's gonna be the Superman of the group. She's gonna be like, I'm the most powerful one here.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Until they start bringing in other characters, I think she's the one.
Until Sentry shows up, and then she's like, damn it. They always gotta have somebody else with longer and blonder hair than me.
That's not the one, I think.
That's a horrible joke. I'm kidding. Alright guys, if you like this in-depth movie review, make sure you hit that like button. Also, make sure that you, if you hit the like button, that tells me that you want Solomon to be on here again. So make sure you hit the like button, because this was fun, and I want to do this again. So,
the movie's coming out. There's Endgame.
Yeah.
And Phoenix Saga, which I've been waiting for forever.
all the Marvel goodies. If it wears tights and a cape, I'm in.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Alright, so guys, make sure you like this video. I want to reiterate that. If you're new here, consider subscribing. And I'm Unbound Brian, and this is my pal Solomon. And we will see you next time. Peace.